Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do a comparison of two mid-range smartphones below the 20 to 30,000 price segment in India, and they are the Mi 11 Lite with the OnePlus Nord CE 5G. So these are phones in the 20 to 30k price segment in India, although they do have a lot of difference in terms of hardware being offered, software, experience. So which of these devices is the better one to buy in this price segment considering all the aspects? So that's what we are going to analyze in this detailed comparison. So the Mi 11 Lite is priced slightly lower than the OnePlus Nord CE, but again OnePlus Nord CE is available in multiple variants like the 8GB RAM and 12GB RAM, while the Mi 11 Lite is available only in 6 and 8GB RAM, although the OnePlus Nord CE is also available in 6GB RAM. So which of these devices is better in different aspects? That's what we are going to analyze in this detailed comparison. So before getting started, if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So let's begin. So first let's have a look at the design and build quality. Now looking at the design, I feel most of you might also agree that the Mi 11 Lite is a better looking device out there. Extremely thin and lightweight, and also feels a bit more premium. While the OnePlus Nord CE, the design looks a bit too dated, especially the almost the same design what we saw on the OnePlus Nord has been taken forward on the OnePlus Nord CE as well. The vertical camera layout, the alignment of the camera, everything looks a bit too dated. While on the other hand, the Mi 11 Lite has a slightly refreshing design, and it's a flat back panel gives it a slightly more premium looking design. Now in terms of front panel design, you can see that both have the punch hole selfie camera. They're quite similar in terms of front panel design. The bezels are also quite similar. Now you can see that there is a 3.5mm audio jack on the OnePlus Nord CE that is missing on the Mi 11 Lite, but you do get an adapter. We'll talk about that in a while. Now you get a side mounted fingerprint scanner on the Mi 11 Lite, while it's an in-display fingerprint scanner on the OnePlus Nord CE. Now when it comes to build quality, once again we feel the Mi 11 Lite is a better build device here. Now both of the devices have a plastic chassis. Now the OnePlus Nord CE has a polycarbonate back, while it's a glass finishing on the Mi 11 Lite, so it does feel a bit more premium. But polycarbonate versus glass, that's more of a personal choice. I personally like the glass build, but polycarbonate is also durable because it does not break compared to the glass on the Mi 11 Lite. So you can decide which one better suits you. The polycarbonate on the OnePlus Nord CE isn't bad actually. It actually feels quite good because of the matte finish it has been given. So both these devices are quite well built, but personal choice would be the Mi 11 Lite with a bit more premium looking design and build quality. So in terms of design and build quality, definitely the Mi 11 Lite is a winner. Now next let's move on to the display. Now both the devices have pretty good displays here. We have AMOLED display on both the devices with 90Hz refresh rate. Neither of them have higher refresh rate, both are 90Hz, and both are AMOLED displays as well. Now one difference here is that the Mi 11 Lite has a 10-bit display. The first time we are seeing a 10-bit display in this price segment, while it's a standard 8-bit display on the OnePlus Nord CE. Now both of these displays are the best in this price segment in the 25 or rather 20 to 30k price segment. We have seen better displays in this price segment compared to these. So they are the best in terms of display quality on and both these devices offer great quality. The AMOLED display really shines here. Now if I were to pick one of these displays in terms of my experience, I would slightly be inclined to pick the Mi 11 Lite because of the 10-bit panel, and it feels slightly better in terms of colors and deep blacks. But both of these devices are equally good. That's what we feel. It's very hard to pick a winner, but both really shines in this department, and two of the best displays out there in this price segment. So that's the display experience. Next, moving on to the software. Now this is one area where there is a difference here. While both of these devices run Android 11, now we have two custom UIs. So first let's talk about the MIUI. So MIUI 12.0 is the one running on the Mi 11 Lite. So this is one area where we have been saying it should have been MIUI 12.5, but nevertheless the MIUI 12 offers quite good options. We have seen the MIUI for quite some time, the MIUI 12 on a lot of devices. Here also you get a lot of additional tools, functions, second space, gestures, dual mode. So a lot of features are included on the Mi 11 Lite. Now it's a fairly good UI, but it still needs a bit more improvement. Probably the MIUI 12.5 will make things better with the MIUI. Now it's still a very clean UI. Unwanted apps have been removed, but there are a few apps which still included, but you can uninstall them. So that's the MIUI 12 on the Mi 11 Lite. Now coming to the OnePlus Nord CE 5G. Now here we have the Oxygen OS 11, one of the really good UI implementations on Android, the Oxygen OS 11. Here also you get a lot of options, including customization options. So OnePlus has improved the customization options, and you get additional options like parallel space, then additional gesture support. So a lot of things are there on this UI as well. It's again one of the really good UI implementations, and the memory management, especially the app performance, is definitely good on the OnePlus Nord CE. So both of these UIs are really good, but if I were to pick one of these UIs, definitely I would pick the OnePlus Nord CE for the Oxygen OS, which is really improved and one of the really good implementations of Android on a smartphone. So that's the UI and software performance. Now coming to the performance. So this is one area where we have two different chipsets. We have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G on the Mi 11 Lite, while it's a Snapdragon 750G on the OnePlus Nord CE 5G. Now 750G obviously is a bit more powerful than the 732G. Both in terms of CPU as well as GPU, the 732G is not as good as the 750G. So in terms of raw performance, of course, the OnePlus Nord CE takes the lead. Even in terms of gaming experience, the OnePlus Nord CE would be the better device out of these two. Neither of them are really powerful like the Qualcomm 860 or the Poco X3 Pro. But if gaming is your priority, then the OnePlus Nord CE would make better choice, because the Snapdragon 750G works pretty well. Here on the Mi 11 Lite, the performance is really good, but raw performance may not be as good as the OnePlus Nord CE, and also gaming may not be as powerful as the OnePlus Nord CE. But in terms of day-to-day usage, this gives you good performance all around, no lags whatsoever. Again, this is not a gamer's device. Of course, this is more of a lifestyle device, but here you can do a bit more better gaming compared to the Mi 11 Lite. So performance, once again, we would say OnePlus Nord 5G would be the better choice, especially if you are a gamer. Now, next aspects, both the devices come with dual SIM card support, and you don't get an SD card expansion slot on the OnePlus Nord CE, but you do get an expansion slot. Now, both the devices are LPDDR4X RAM. The OnePlus Nord CE is UFS 2.1, while this is UFS 2.2 storage support, so slightly faster storage on the Mi 11 Lite. Now both the devices are offered in multiple variants. We get a 6GB RAM on both the devices. Now 6GB RAM is priced cheaper on the Mi 11 Lite. You get an 8GB RAM on both the devices, and you finally get a 12GB RAM for almost 28,000 on the OnePlus Nord CE. Now call quality is really good on both the devices. Now OnePlus Nord CE comes with only single speaker, while it's dual stereo speakers on the Mi 11 Lite. So stereo output is definitely better on the OnePlus, or rather the Mi 11 Lite. But having said that, the OnePlus Nord CE comes with 3.5mm audio jack, which is missing on the Mi 11 Lite. But Mi 11 Lite provides an adapter, but again then this USB Type-C port will be engaged, so there is an advantage for the OnePlus Nord CE. Now additionally, the OnePlus Nord CE also comes with 5G support. Just one band is supported, while the Mi 11 Lite, of course, you know, the Snapdragon 732G is a 4G device. Now running behind 5G, I would suggest you to go behind 5G, because we are not really sure which band it is going to come, and OnePlus Nord does not support all the bands. It's just one band which is supported. Again, we are not really sure that band will be available in India, so going behind 5G as a criteria won't be a great choice. But since the 5G is offered in single band, that's why we mentioned this aspect. Now both the devices have pretty good fingerprint scanner experience. This is an in-display fingerprint scanner on the OnePlus Nord CE, while it's a side-mounted fingerprint scanner on the Mi 11 Lite. In fact, the fingerprint scanner experience on the OnePlus Nord CE was not the fastest, considering that OnePlus devices have a really good fingerprint scanner experience. This was a tad slower, Here the side mounted fingerprint scanner on the Mi 11 Lite was a bit more responsive and faster. Now face unlock is pretty good on both the phones. So those are the other aspects. Now let's move on to the cameras. So one of the important things many people consider while buying the phone. Now Mi 11 Lite and the OnePlus Nord both come with a 64 megapixel camera. Now we have an 8 megapixel ultra wide on both the devices, while Mi 11 Lite goes for the 5 megapixel tele macro lens. Here we have a 2 megapixel mono sensor, and both of them have quite good selfie camera as well, the punch hole selfie camera. Now the sensor is a Samsung GW3 sensor on the Mi 11 Lite, while it's an OmniVision sensor on the OnePlus Nord CE. So next, let's have a look at the camera samples we have taken with these two devices. Let's have a look at the camera samples. So you can see in terms of daylight conditions, the OnePlus Nord CE has a much cooler tone, while it's slightly warmer on the Mi 11 Lite. Now Mi 11 Lite has more natural colors, while the OnePlus Nord CE has a bit of purple tint to add it to the daylight shots, which doesn't give really accurate colors, but the Mi 11 Lite colors are more accurate than the OnePlus Nord CE. Now both the devices brings in good details and sharpness levels are quite acceptable on both the phones. Now when you pixel peep, you can see that the Mi 11 Lite does have a slight advantage in terms of overall sharpness levels compared to the OnePlus Nord CE. But both these devices are quite good in terms of daylight conditions. But once again, if I were to pick one based on the color reproduction, then that would be the Mi 11 Lite, which produces accurate colors. While the OnePlus Nord CE is a bit cooler, and the purple hue added to the images doesn't get you the best colors. Now when it comes to ultra wide, the same story is repeated, and here we see that once again the details are slightly better on the Mi 11 Lite. That's when you zoom in, you can see that the Mi 11 Lite offers slightly more detailed ultra wide shots. Now when it comes to close-up images, once again the color reproduction is one thing what the Mi 11 Lite does really well. Here also you can see that the sharpness levels are slightly better than the OnePlus Nord CE. Once again, OnePlus Nord CE colors are not really accurate, and the purple hue still exists even in the close-up shots as well. Now OnePlus Nord CE does not have a macro camera. This is one area where the Mi 11 Lite really excels. The 5 megapixel telemacro lens produces some stunning result. That is a feature which is missing on the OnePlus Nord CE. Moving on to the portraits, once again you can see that the facial tones are better on the Mi 11 Lite. You can also see that the t-shirt color is more accurately depicted on the Mi 11 Lite when compared to the OnePlus Nord CE. The edge detection seems to be quite good on both the devices. Now the low light images. So once again I can see that neither of these devices are stellar in terms of low light performance, but if you look at one of these images, you can see that the Mi 11 Lite offers a bit more natural looking images, while the purple hue once again spoils the entire imaging quality of the OnePlus Nord CE. When you choose the night mode, the purple hue is more or less evident, and you can see that images don't exhibit natural colors. Even though the Mi 11 Lite is not a stellar performer in terms of low light, but when it comes to overall color accuracy and indoor lighting conditions and low lighting conditions, we feel the Mi 11 Lite has the advantage over the OnePlus Nord CE in terms of sharpness levels as well. Now when it comes to selfies, you can see that Mi 11 Lite is more natural looking selfies, while the OnePlus Nord CE has a tendency to go a bit more warmer. Now selfies are more of a personal choice, so you can judge based on the quality which selfie you like. Both these producers pretty good selfies. Again, our personal choice would be the Mi 11 Lite. Now in terms of portrait selfies, you can see that both does a decent job in terms of edge detection in the portrait selfies. Now finally the video recording, here we feel both has quite similar options, but you can see that the stabilization is definitely better on the Mi 11 Lite. OnePlus Nord CE stabilization is not that great. Also the colors are a bit more saturated on the OnePlus Nord CE compared to the Mi 11 Lite. So that is the camera samples between the Mi 11 Lite and the OnePlus Nord CE. So you can see that overall, if you look at the camera samples, it's more or less evident that the Mi 11 Lite is the winner in terms of photography as well as video. Overall, the Mi 11 Lite offers more versatile camera than the Nord CE. So OnePlus Nord has never been a camera-centric smartphone. In fact, none of the OnePlus devices have been camera-centric, and the same goes with the OnePlus Nord CE 5G as well. So if I were to pick a winner in terms of camera, then it would definitely be the Mi 11 Lite. Now finally moving to the battery life. Now the OnePlus Nord CE comes with a 4500 mAh capacity battery, while it's 4250 mAh capacity battery on the Mi 11 Lite. Now Mi 11 Lite has a 33 watt charging which takes around 70 minutes to charge. Now it's a 30 watt charger, the Warp 30T on the OnePlus Nord CE, and it takes slightly lesser time even with a higher capacity battery than the Mi 11 Lite. So charging is definitely faster on the OnePlus Nord CE. Now battery life, we found that both these devices are really good in terms of battery life. 6 to 6.5 hours is easily gettable on both these devices. Again, that is based on my usage. Again, it might vary based on your usage. I am not a gamer, so I don't play too many games, so in that way more of a social media, calls, then usage of camera, everything included, I got like 6 to 6.5 hours battery life on both the devices. So not much of a difference in terms of battery life, both are equally good, so that's more or less a tie. So now summing up, which one should you buy? So first things first, the pricing. So if you are a person who is constrained by a budget, then the Mi 11 Lite would be the better choice, because there are some offers running, and you may get for almost like 20,000 price segment the Mi 11 Lite, while the OnePlus Nord CE is slightly more expensive. That's only the pricing part. Now let's have a look at the other aspect. The Mi 11 Lite has great design and build quality, excellent display, decent performance, good set of cameras, and good battery life. It's more or less a lifestyle product, so it looks really great. Now the OnePlus Nord CE has a great display, excellent software experience, great performance as well, then battery life is also good, and charging technology is also really good. Now cameras are the weak points of the OnePlus Nord CE, and also single speaker, and the build quality and design doesn't look inspiring for the price segment it is being offered. Now the cons of the Mi 11 Lite, it's not a gamer's device and there is no 5G support, and software experience could have been better with the MIUI 12.5. So those are the pros and cons of these two devices. Now which one should you buy? That's more or less dependent upon what you require from your smartphone. Now if you're a person who is more interested in software updates and faster updates and better software experience along with a slightly better gaming device, then OnePlus Nord CE makes better choice, because OnePlus software update cycle is better than the Xiaomi's update cycle. That's one thing which we feel is better on the OnePlus Nord CE. Now if you are a person who wants better camera experience and better display movie watching, and along with that better sound output, then the Mi 11 Lite makes better choice. Also the look factor, the style and build quality is also better on the Mi 11 Lite. So based on this aspect, you can choose which one suits better. Both are pretty good devices in this price segment with their own pros and cons. So that is a detailed comparison of the OnePlus Nord CE with the Mi 11 Lite. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the red subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.